I have him on because everyone wants to hear him, and he's a good man. He's a great man.
Peekay, pleasure to be here, my brother. Good to see you again.
Yeah, you're a black screen, mate. What's the go?
Sorry to hear about your health problems. I had a little health scare myself back in November before the fake bug started. I had to go to the hospital for an appendectomy, and yeah, it was very painful, but I was okay in a few days. But God knows what it would have been like if it was months later during the fake bug. Would I have been able to get surgery or what? I don't know.
Why can't I see you?
You can't see? I can see me, though.
Huh?
How about everybody else? Can you see me?
Can anyone see Tim? What have I done here?
No one's saying to the contrary, anyway. But yeah, on my end, we're both definitely visible.
Shit, hang on, let's go there. What's happened here? Sorry.
It looks like we're ready.
Sorry. No. It is. Everyone's saying it's blacked out. So, God.
They're saying it's blacked out?
Yeah, mate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it even says you're in the show. Everyone can see and hear you.
You want to try, go out and come back?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
I'll do that right now. All right.
Anyway, good to see you guys. Robbo, you're early, Robbo. About time, probably first time in how many weeks or months? Tony, KW, Callum, Big Scotty, Fred. Like I said, this ain't going to be a long show. I always say it every fucking week, but I can't. I'm actually taking. I'm not a pill taker as such, but I've got no choice. It's I've woken up the last 2 nights, 3 in the morning, and the actual pill has got rid of the pain. But right now, it's not really doing much, and I've taken 2. Anyway, I'll soldier on. Terrible Tim, where are you? No, not working.
It says I'm on. You got me, Peekay? It says I'm on the show.
You're on, but your cam's not working.
Wow, how can that be? I don't know. You want to do it this way then, Peekay? I don't know.
Yeah. Look, Tim, it's going to be pretty short and sweet, mate.
Okay.
I just want, fill us in on what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time is the actual inauguration?
Yeah, maybe it'll show up on the replay. All I know about the inauguration, Peekay, is that it's today. I don't know the exact time or anything like that. And this whole thing is a blur to me. I wish there is really anything that I could add to it that everybody doesn't know, being a resident of the USA. But it looks as confusing to me as everybody else. I don't know how I could lend any clarity to this thing. I think the same thing as everybody else. We might have a few psyops today, maybe a couple of sawdust bombs, maybe, huh?
What was with? There was a pipe bomb found or something. What was going there?
No, what I heard, Peekay, was that they had that the FBI had indications that there may be bomb activity at the event, and sometimes they telegraph their punches, as you know, that they tell you what they're going to do. Sometimes they don't. So just maybe we might have some psychological operations going on today to run concurrently with the inauguration.
So tell me, Tim, there were 100,000 protesters there a couple of weeks ago. with about, wouldn't have been 100 police, and now you got 25,000 army personnel. That's a bit of a change.
Are we talking about the inauguration or what they did back in January 6th?
Yeah, the inauguration. Why would you need 25,000 people when it's all blocked out and no one's going to be there? And yet, when you had 100,000 people, there was no cops at all.
Yeah, well, as you know, PK, the 25,000 soldiers were put in place because the stage was set on January 6th when they did that phony fake show, and now they're going to use that to intensify the censorship.
So, your reasoning for the 25,000 is what?
Is the stage was set for that overreaction after their underreaction on the January 6th, where they staged the phony fake show. These people aren't playing 5D chess, PK. They're playing checkers, and they're not even doing it well for people who are paying attention.
So, well put here. Hang on, who said it? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure we could get some good feedback from the chat on that.
The images I've seen is just unarmed soldiers just walking around. So you're saying these 25,000, as soon as the inauguration's over, they're all going to disappear. But what about the fence with the barbed wire on top? Is that going to be a permanent thing now?
That's a good question. I think it just might be. And that fence that we see was already illustrated and shown to us in that Illuminati card game, which is a predictor for so many things. That may be from now on, that fence. They don't want people going in there and protesting.
Well, a lot of other places you can protest, but well, you're looking at. So you actually think that the soldiers are there to work for the Democratic Socialist Party, or are they there for the Trump side of things?
I think, well, in my mind, they're there for both, because Trump hasn't been exactly a friend of truth, reality, and freedom. He talks a good game, but his policies are quite to the contrary. Quite to the contrary.
Well, I've got a few people that I know that would strongly disagree with you, Tim, but
that's okay. That's okay.
So, okay, we've all got an opinion, and until we see, things happening, it's just an opinion.
Yeah. PK, I saw something else that I found interesting. I should have marked it, but this YouTuber showed us, and I don't pay attention to the finer details, but this guy showed us that all of these machine guns did not have the clip inside of the AK-47. And the reason for that is, he said, is that it's illegal for an occupying army to take over Washington, D.C. But again, I don't know that much about machine guns, but as he was showing them, it looked like there was no clips inside those machine guns. But not my area of expertise. I could be wrong about that.
All right. So what do you think about Joey Biden and, allowing all these, millions, I don't know how many million refugees as such from Guatemala?
Oh, yeah.
So that he can get more people to vote for him?
Well,
that wasn't part of his policy, was it?
No.
And he's brought this up on, the day before he's going to be president.
Well, right there is a key difference between Biden and Trump, because Trump at least puts up some kind of appearance of trying to keep these refugees out of here. But the problem with these refugees is the logistics of it. You have people that they want us to believe, just like the last time, that people are walking up here in great numbers from Guatemala. In my mind, that's a logistical impossibility, especially when they show the last time they showed a lot of people carrying babies and stuff. All those thousands of miles, people walking. Who organized them? Who was there videotaping them? I think that operation was also a phony fake show, just as this one is. But that's not to say people are not trying to come into the country. But I'm wondering, the way things are going, that people might be going the other way, trying to go to Mexico. Because I think there's places in Mexico where they're less strict about the fake bug.
I'm told it's a good place to be, Mexico.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine was there a year ago, apparently. Not apparently, definitely. And, yeah, good place, Mexico. So what else is going on? The media. Apparently, Trump made a speech. His sort of goodbye speech went for, 15 minutes. And not one network covered it, bar Newsmax. Did you actually see it anywhere? Or did you hear about it on the radio? Was it big news anywhere? What was it going?
I watched about half of it. I really, as a researcher, I should have hunkered down and made the effort and watched the whole thing, but I only watched half of it. I wasn't getting anything of value out of it, other than it's a 180 reversal on what he's been saying, and then right at the very bitter, brutal ends, he becomes a moderate.
He actually thanked Pence.
Yeah, I saw that part. He gave Pence a pat on the back, but Pence defied him because Pence may have had the power to overturn the election, but he didn't.
Yeah. But some people are saying Pence was an actor. He did a good job in doing that because that way it allowed them to find out who the backstabbing Republicans were, the 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's all going to play out. Who knows? But I'm hearing that Cheney, I didn't even know there was a Cheney daughter, but she's third in line. How can she become third in line? Apparently, there's Republicans that want her out. Have you heard?
Cheney's daughter is a third in line?
In the Republicans, yeah.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. I guess it's a moot point now because today they're being replaced, right?
Who knows what's happening? Who knows? It's big talk. There's going to be a third party. The Trump party, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's like it's a show. It's a show,
and the phony fake show has many twists and turns, just like the fake bug show. It's all one gigantic big phony fake show. Oh, I wanted to say something about the phony fake bug. The fake bug. Just a little joke here. He said those 23 people that died in the nursing home in, what was it, Norway?
Oh, they changed it to 29.
Oh, okay, those 29 people who died.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, go on.
They did not die in vain. Get it?
No.
They did not die in vain. I've given you a visual cue.
Vain.
As in vaccine into the vein.
Yeah, I just got it then, yeah. Look, we're not being told who's actually dying, and I'm sure if there were deaths, there'd be a lot more than what we've been told. But
oh yeah,
here, our Minister for Health, Greg C-U-N-T, or Hunt, honestly, he's a weasel. He's a weasel, but he's come out and said, and others have said it as well. These 29 They're all frail. They're all, old, and they probably died from underlying health conditions. But hang on, they don't use the same. Use it here in Melbourne when 800 people supposedly died in the second wave. 680 were from aged care homes. They do not say there that those who died from COVID were frail and old and underlying health conditions, which they all were. Some were in their hundreds, for God's sake. It's good for the goose, but not for the gander. What's going on here?
Yeah.
I mean, don't come up with this shit that the vaccine isn't killing the people. It's because they're frail and old. And, are people going to see this? I mean, one question I keep asking is, surely if you're going to vaccinate, for whatever reason, for, depopulate the planet, I don't know if that's going to be the agenda straight off or whatever, you do it all at once. Like, we're sitting back here and seeing reports of people dying in Norway. If you had half a brain, you'd say, oh, fuck that, I ain't going to take the vaccine. I couldn't care if it was 1 out of 1 million people. There's still a risk.
And it's a risk long term, Peekay, because who's to say that you might not have a problem a year, 2 years, 5 years from now? Because this thing, according to Bill Gates himself, it does something to the RNA. And you've seen the video where it shows them that it takes the shape of the spike protein, the RNA and everything. And then I'm not going to go into any detail because then they could flag it. But just look at that video of Gates with this model showing how it copies the spike protein. It does something to the spike protein. It looks very highly questionable. It's highly experimental. Never been done before. And they're going to foist this upon the people, make everybody lab rats in an experiment to protect people from the fake bug that's significantly more than 99% survivable according to their own numbers. It's insane.
Yeah, hang on. I've got something I want to read out. Keep talking. I'll find it. Hang on.
Yeah, it's insane unless you entertain the idea that they want to depopulate. They want to cull the people. They want there to be less people. As they say in their books, in their documents, and in their videos. And as everybody knows, Gates himself said, we could get the population growth down 10 to 15% if we do the right things with vaccines. Now, he went on to say, well, that's because when people are healthy, they have more children. It doesn't make more sense. It makes no sense.
I want to read something. This is from a Victorian senator whose name's Raf Ciccone. And listen to this. Raf Ciccone believes that anyone who chooses not to vaccinate against BS19 should be excluded from participating in everyday life. This is a Victorian senator. This is quotes what he said. We must ensure that the safety of our community is the #1 priority. That means that participation in everyday life cannot put others at risk. As a community, we should consider to what extent we allow organisations to prevent those who object to being vaccinated against BS19 to enter their premises, participate in their activities, and in some circumstances, seek their employment.
Yeah, because you can't have people be at risk for something that essentially and statistically does not even exist. And if you don't take the shot, then you have to be excluded from society because there's still that 0.0000 point whatever chance that you can spread the fake bug.
I don't know. Keep talking. I've got another thing I want to read out. Let me find it.
Yeah, I mean, Peekay, it can't get more absurd than what we have, where we have even I know I'm preaching to the choir, but maybe somebody new might watch this, where that rat weasel scumbag Fauci even says, yeah, well, if the sample is cycled above 35, it comes out positive, and if it's below, it comes out negative. And then we have the Nobel Prize winning inventor of the fake bug test, Kary Mullis, Karymullis, outright tell us that Fauci is a fraud. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And the very test that he invented, he stated emphatically, vehemently, and adamantly that it was not meant to test for nothing. It could find anything in anybody.
Yeah, you just gotta look at Fauci and the way he talks. I mean, how can people not see through him? It's just, the guy's a creep, absolute creep.
Yeah, he does have that creepo element to him too. This guy, his presentation, he's all over this place on the story. The fake news doesn't show the people what they could find if they surf around the internet a little bit. They can only know what's on the TV. They're too lazy, or they don't have the time, or they don't have the capacity to believe that that the politicians and the establishment media are knowingly and deliberately lying to them.
Look, I knew I'd lose this. I had this great article that said if you take the vaccine, simply you still have to wear a mask. Yes. You still have to do this. Yes. I've lost it. Bloody hell.
Yeah. I've seen those articles too, Peekay. It's ridiculous. So what's the point of the shot? What's
what's the word? No guarantee that's going to stop you from spreading it if you've got it. There's no guarantee it's going to stop you from getting the BS19. There's no guarantees at all. Like you said, it's just an experiment. But we know it's an experiment that's got nothing to do with the freaking virus.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll give up on that. Hang on, one more. Keep going.
So even people who believe in the fake bug, if they want to believe this ongoing narrative, then the inoculation, the concoction, the RNA altering concoction is not going to do anything to give us back our freedoms, nor was it intended to. What the heck that thing is going to do to people? Well, we already know that it kills and maims some people. The long-term effects we'll see. Now we can call them long haulers, because once you get that shot, you have something inside of you that can't be any benefit to you. It can only be a detriment to you to have that stuff cruising around in your veins.
Yeah, hang on. We're only going to go for another 10 minutes. All right, Tim?
Sure.
Yeah.
We might have a lot to talk about after today, though, Peekay. Maybe there'll be all kinds of phony fakery and chicanery and shenanigans going on today with the inauguration.
Did you see my show with Professor James Fetzer?
Oh yeah. Jim Fetzer, always a good speaker, very knowledgeable, and he hung back and he let you do a lot of talking, and he added a lot to what you said. It was a very good show.
Yeah, he sort of said we should stop it and do another show after the shit show tomorrow. So might do that. I'll do one with you as well.
Yeah.
Depends how exciting things happen tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah. Maybe they won't do nothing, but maybe they will, because the crazy dial has been set very high lately. They can't let a day go by when something stupid, insane, and more weird than the day before has to happen each and every day from now on. I mean, even something simple, Peekay. Like I saw this meme of a car, and the guy put surgical masks, taped them on every vent on the dashboard of his car. And he's worried that the fake bug would come in through his air conditioner or his heater. Imagine being that dumb, that afraid of something that doesn't even exist, where it's easily shown that it doesn't even exist if you look into it a little bit.
All right. Anything else you want to say, Tim? Because I want to close the show. I'm not feeling good, mate.
Yeah, I hear you, PK. Rest up. Take your medication, relax. I know what it's like to have a physical malady. When I had my appendix taken out back in November, that was a real bitch. But you'll get through it, and we'll do some more shows for sure.
All right, Tim, I'll keep in touch, see what happens tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, guys, going to be a short show. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, that's it. We'll see what happens tomorrow and see you next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, got to go.
All right.
See you, mate.
Always a pleasure. And much love to the people in the chat as always.
All right. Thanks, mate.